Hey, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the experience of being in the United Kingdom when Her Majesty Elizabeth II passed away. It is a strange experience to be in a country and have a major event like that happen, and we didn't quite know what to do. So when we first saw the news on The Guardian, I looked out the window and two people that were passing by, two young people, were visibly celebrating that the Queen had passed. And then we went down to the corner pub to find out what other people thought. And the prevailing sentiment seemed to be that people weren't necessarily in favor of the monarchy, but that they were sad because she had been a good person and role model and had been there their entire lives. Um, then the next day, I went to visit my 83-year-old friend, and she was wearing all black out of respect. And a person on the bus that I was on was very upset about it, but his accent was so thick that I couldn't quite tell what he was saying. So I've found out that there are people who are very much in favor of the monarchy, and those people are called royalists, and people who are in favor of not having monarchy and having only elected government, and those people are called Republicans, which is confusing because in the States, Republicans means something different. So here I actually would be a Republican, I guess, because I don't really have a lot of use for the monarchy. And again, it's weird coming from a place that went to quite a lot of trouble to get rid of the monarchy and then being under the Queen's rule technically while I've been here. But I also have mixed feelings about it. I mean, Queen Elizabeth, of course, was an incredible world leader for 70 years, and throughout my whole life and my parents' whole life, she was always there representing England. And I think most people agree that no matter what you personally think about the monarchy, that she did an incredible job over 70 years of being restrained and gracious and in front of, a very large microscope, not putting her foot wrong very often. So I actually was sad. I was sad that she passed away because she, even though she was 96, she had always been there, and it just seemed like she always would be there. So I was sad personally, even though, again, the idea of a monarchy, not my favorite. Really, when I came over here, I was like, why do they still have this? And, it takes a lot of the nation's capital to keep them up. They have 23 palaces and 1,000 paid staff, and that's a lot, kind of, for a country to be supporting when that country is only the size of Colorado, exactly the size of Colorado. So I don't know, I feel like a lot of people here have mixed feelings about it, and I have mixed feelings about it, but I don't really have mixed feelings about the monarchy. I'd be totally fine if that went away and they were just using elected representatives like we do. It has worked fine for us. So anyway, but it has been really quite something to be here, and I've been watching the coverage on the news, and there's an official 10-day mourning period, I believe, and the Guardian newspaper actually put out a PDF of guidance of mourning, of what people should do, and a lot of events that are happy have been put off. So the Great British Baking Show new series is not coming out this week as planned. It's going to be coming out later. And a bike parade that I was planning on taking part in to celebrate safe biking in Bristol has also been postponed. And when I went to look at the site of the castle in Wales that we just visited, Chepstow Castle, they said that all activities have been suspended during the mourning period. So, it's definitely having an effect on the country. And then, of course, everyone gets a bank holiday on her funeral day, which is also a little confusing because she's being actually interred. I don't know. The funeral is being held on Sunday, but I'm pretty sure the bank holiday is Monday, so that means that everyone has off work. So that's pretty interesting. I know that my 83-year-old friend is going to be glued to the television watching the funeral. I'm not sure if that's going to be true for younger people. So it's a big deal. A lot of mixed feelings, but a lot of people are kind of coming together as well. And I think there's some trepidation about Charles just because, as my 83-year-old friend put it, the Queen's boots are some big boots to fill, and whether anyone can do it in the same way will be questionable. And it certainly will also be a time when I think some of the more far-flung parts of the empire will question whether this is a good time to become independent, so we'll see how that works. But yeah, it's been kind of weird, kind of sad. We'll see how it goes.